All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another XGR, the XPound Gaming Radio, where this week we will be going through a couple bits of news over the past week and are up to two games that we have played, and then we will end it with our topic, which is things that should be games. You know how sometimes you see like a movie or TV show and you're like, how is there no game of this? Or sometimes there is a game, but it's so garbage, and you're like, how did they mess this up? That's pretty much what we're going to be talking about. So joining me as always is Anastasia Laserbeam, also known as...
Hi.
And Chris A.K. the Mole.
Hello.
All right, so let's get into it. So for our first bit of news, take it away, Mole.
Kingdom Hearts 3 development is progressing smoothly for the game's director. Tetsuya Nomura spoke to Famitsu via something else, where he also revealed we should expect to see lots more about the title at Japan's D23 Expo this November, and hinted at a smartphone addition to the series. We have some interesting things planned, he said. There will be a Kingdom Hearts 3 news and various things at D3. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 development is going to run smoothly, but there will also be big new announcements connected to it. As one of those new announcements, I think we should be able to announce a smartphone-specific development for a series in short order. So that's Kingdom Hearts news.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts, the smartphone game.
Because that's what we wanted, you know? Because remember how awesome we loved those 3DS games on Kingdom Hearts? Those were just the fucking best.
Did you say 3DS games, period? Wasn't there just one 3DS game called Dream Drop Distance, aka 3D?
Okay, any mobile handheld 3D, any mobile device with Kingdom Hearts, where's not just the best? I know I like them as much as I like getting a colonoscopy. Super fun.
I will say Chain of Memories was better than the first game, and I know with the sequel, with the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5, there has been a lot of people complaining they didn't get the actual games, they just got shitty put together cutscenes. And they're like, no, this is a movie. And one of the scenes, someone's hood goes up and down over and over again.
Yeah, I personally did not like the mobile game ones.
Fair enough.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of the, more into it fans completely skipped the mobile ones because they're like, oh, I love this series, but not enough to buy a system for it. So I think that part of why they complained was that they wanted to play the ones that were on the mobile ones, just not on mobile.
That may be true for some people, but yeah. I had those, and I tried them, and then I returned them. I believe it. And I'm like, get me something that's actually fun.
I thought one of them was released only on a Japanese phone.
Okay, I obviously did not get that one, but
at least that's what Jim kept telling me. But yeah, it was a case of, with some of them, I think it was a case of, like you said, they wouldn't buy a whole new system for it, which is understandable. It's like, I kind of, like what we've discussed before now with the in-game apps and stuff, it's like, I don't want to have to spend fucking £300 on a fucking iPhone just to fucking make a clan in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's like I didn't buy my PS4 for just one game. I bought it for multiple games. Because otherwise, if you're spending $300-400 for one game, you're kind of wasting your money.
Unless it's an amazing game. Well, if it's like, I know this is a terrible example, but let's say somebody buys a system for Destiny, and they play so many hours of it that it actually works out to be a decent ratio of cost to time. That wouldn't be bad.
It has the words Legend of Zelda in it.
Yeah, that's true. As Marcus called his, I think it was his GameCube, quote, "That's my Metroid and Zelda machine."
Oh yeah, he said the same thing with the Wii. That's my Zelda machine. It's like, okay. What did you think about this game? I didn't play it. All the games on the Wii U were completely shitty and kiddie. I'm like, it was fucking Mad World. It was an 18, black and white with blood, and commentators talking about doing their wives. How are you saying this is kiddie? It was on the Wii.
He's in this weird zone where he's like part of the problem and not part of the problem. I don't know how he he pulls it off masterfully.
But yeah, because I know, like I said, like I could understand maybe it would be an okay purchase if you for one game. But I think like let's say you're gonna get Destiny, like you mentioned, for example, you'd look at, okay, maybe there's more games like this on the on the Xbox One, or maybe there's more on the PS4.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I can see both sides because I know that there are several systems I started out purchasing for one game, but I ended up getting more. Like the GameCube, I bought that for Smash Brothers. I ended up getting more.
Yeah, so did I. My first game on it.
And I definitely got, my money's worth out of it, but I bought it for one game. And of course, my hunting buddy pretty much bought a PSP for Monster Hunter. I think he owns a couple other things, but he bought it for Monster Hunter, and I know that he worked that off because a couple 100 hours. He definitely got his money's worth for just the one game.
Yeah, which I will say it does make sense, but I will also say, yeah, I understand it more if it, like you said, you bought it because you wanted to play this game, but then you also bought other games.
Yeah.
I don't like it when people say, I thought, like I saw someone on one of the message boards and stuff on video games recently talk about how they bought a Wii U just for Smash Brothers, and that's all they're ever going to buy. And I'm like,
really?
What?
Really? That's kind of a bad investment.
And the best part was, they're like, that's all I'm going to buy because fuck Nintendo. I'm like, so you buy the game that celebrates everything Nintendo? Well, how does this make sense?
Maybe he bought it used.
Yeah.
If that's the case, why didn't he just pirate it if he hates Nintendo so much? Because it sounds like someone who would pirate it.
We do not condone piracy.
I don't condone pirating, but that kind of attitude I would expect from someone who would pirate it. So in person would buy it and then have the attitude.
I know, but I was saying I just found it weird that that's what he said. It's like, but Smash Bros. Like, I could understand maybe if you're like, I don't really enjoy a lot of Nintendo stuff, but I bought Legend of Zelda. I don't enjoy a lot of Nintendo stuff, I bought Mario. I don't see how you can buy Smash Bros. And say I don't enjoy Nintendo properties.
Maybe he enjoys old Nintendo properties. So he just won't play as, I don't know, some character in there. He plays as Duck Hunt Dog in Game & Watch.
Yeah. Oh, there will be ones in there where people won't play. It's like, I refuse to play any Pokemon on G1. But I still, like, when you buy Smash Bros., you're like, oh my god, it's Donkey Kong, oh my god, it's Mario, oh my god, it's this, oh my god, it's that. Which is the right attitude for that. Like, who remembers when they were announcing Smash Bros. Characters and we were all excited, like, and yeah, this is third party, but still, how excited were you, Rick, when they announced Mega Man?
That was awesome. I didn't think it would happen.
Yeah, like in Brawl, the second they announced Sonic, I'm like, fuck yes! It's Mario fighting Sonic to the death! More than that on things that should be games. No. But no, that was the Kingdom Hearts 3 news.
All right, so Pew, your first bit of news?
My first bit of news is, I'll go with this one first. I know it's maybe bigger, but Mortal Kombat X or 10 or whatever. Day 1 update makes gold harder to get in order to boost paid DLC sales. Now I understand I understand multiple sides to this, but and that's one thing particularly stands out is that it was a lot of people got the copies before of the official release earlier, so the amount of gold they got per match was a lot greater. And a lot of people who reviewed it, getting their early review copies, won't mention the percentage of gold ratio now because it was released after, like on the day 1, so they didn't have experienced the same thing, which I think is kind of like for an unfair review, and kind of sneaky-ish,
Possibly.
Yeah.
Although, like I mentioned to you, apparently with that, people had been complaining. People who got the game early access were almost complaining because they almost unlocked everything way too fast.
Yes, I was going to mention that as well. On the other hand, some people would think it balances it.
Yeah, so it's more. I think it's more balancing because the paid DLC in question is there's a paid thing to unlock everything in the crypt, and it's like £4 if that. Not everyone's going to buy that.
I can understand, but like I don't know. I feel like if it's a lot way too hard for like other people to get it, and they'd have to buy it now if they want it like within a reasonable amount of time, as opposed to like grinding for it. If that's what they have to do, I can understand that would piss a few people off.
Well, I can understand that might annoy some people, but as I mentioned with like the WWE game, I can also understand having that there in place as well. Like let's say,
Yeah.
so let's take someone like Richter.
Mm-hmm.
He's busy with the office work, as seen in Dilbert. But no, Richter has kids, he has a wife, he has a job and stuff like that, which means maybe, let's say Richter's time for some games may be limited compared to other people. And maybe all he wants to do is play as original Scorpion, and that's one of the things in the crypt, but he doesn't know where. Or he wants to play as some of the things in the crypt. Sure, he can go ahead, buy it, unlock it, then he can still get gameplay out of it. But I know there'll be a lot of people out there who won't buy it for the same thing. Like with the wrestling game, because all I want to do is Universe straight away, I'll unlock everything. So I can go straight through Universe mode. But as people will demonstrate, like I know Rick knows, that doesn't cut into me playing the game.
Yeah.
That just makes me play it a lot more because I'm always in Universe mode.
Yeah, so I can see both sides of it. But that's my news.
Okay. So for my first bit of news, I'll do this one. I was super excited because after Mole showed me a link for one piece of news, I stumbled across a second piece. But Namco Bandai, or Bamco as I affectionately referred to them, announced that they were going to have a sequel to Project Cross Zone, impressively called Project Cross Zone 2. Although Japan apparently had a subtitle, Brave New World, which sounds like a Disney song. But anyway, it apparently, but apparently it's sold enough in the U.S. that they're gonna bring the game outside of Japan, which is awesome. I'm totally excited because a lot of people didn't like that game, but I really, really like that game, so I was excited to see a sequel. And they had a trailer showing some of the new characters, including Leon from RE6. Joins. I assume he's because the way the game worked, real quickly, was that people tended to be paired up, so everyone was like a pair. So like Jill and Chris from RE5 were a team, and then you could like Mega Man X and Zero, they were a team, and Ken and Ryu, and then like you get a third character that you could kind of equip and call them in during the attack. So Leon, I believe, is going to be one of the like third character that you can equip to anybody.
Nice. Thing. Nice. I wanted that game, the first Project Cross. So when I saw it was Sega people, I was a little disappointed no Sonic, but it has Juri in it.
Yeah, it does.
She's not in enough stuff.
That's true. But they also added, it looks like 2 people from Yakuza. This I think is really cool, but they added Virgil from Devil May Cry. So good Virgil. Calm down. No, from Devil May Cry 2, not DMC. But that one also has DMC 3, no, 2. I don't know. It has one of the like good Dantes in it, so that they added him. I think he teams up with Dante, so he replaces Dimitri from Darkstalkers, which is awesome because I like Virgil and I hate Dimitri, so I'm totally for that.
I still wish
they also
the Virgil I wanted.
But they also and then for .hack, it looks like they have Hiseo from GU replacing Black Rose from the original. So it's kind of funny that in the trailer it looked like, I think it was like at least 2 female characters were replaced with a male. I was like, wait a minute. But I definitely am looking forward to playing that because I really did like the first one. So
I will say I was a little surprised that it's on just 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm insulting 3DS, but last time, like the reason Juri was in is she was from the new Street Fighter. The new one's exclusive to PS4. You'd think they'd make a Vita copy.
That would be awesome. But yeah. I'm not sure why it's staying on 3DS. I'm okay with that because
it makes sense.
The first game that I played that I really got a lot of my use out of my 3DS with was the first one. So I played that way too. It was like 60-something hours.
Nice. Oh yeah, it does make sense for it to be on the 3DS. I just thought, why not make a Vita version? You got Street Fighter 5.
That would be nice, but I don't know if. Well, no, I guess Bamco actually does make Vita games, but that'd be like Sony. They'd remind Sony that they have a Vita. They'd be like, "Wait, what?
Yeah, it's
Didn't we
coming out.
stop that?" And it's like, "No, that was the PSP." They're like, "Oh, wait, what?"
Yeah. Poor
All
Vita.
right. Yeah, I know. I like the Vita, but a lot of people don't. And
But it
I
should be
can't
picking up
dispute
steam.
them when yeah.
It should be
It
picking up
should.
steam now. PlayStation TV's out.
Should, but Sony probably forgets they have that too.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. Where one of the big features on the box and stuff, and on all the marketing and stuff I've seen here, is it lets you stream your videos from your PS4 into another room, and I'm like, it's meant to be for Vita games. You're completely hiding the Vita games.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and you can play games from all these PlayStation systems, like PS1, PS2, Vita, PSP. And I'm like, wait a minute, did you just slip Vita into the middle of it? Like you're trying to hide it?
Well, seems like what they would do.
Yeah.
All right, so your second bit of news, Mole?
My second bit of news comes from an interview with Yoshiro Ono, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, series producer from Street Fighter V, who said, with Street Fighter V, we have a fantastic opportunity to create something with a larger scope, a game that encompasses all that Street Fighter has become in the last few years, but which also expands to become something it has never been before. As well, Ono told Edge via Games Radar. So now we want to create something that nobody is expecting. It's going to be a title that caters to fans, of course, but one that also invites completely new players onto the scene. Street Fighter 4 was about reviving a passion. Street Fighter 5 is about growing that passion. And that comes out 2016 on PC and PS4. But yeah, that's the interview, which has sparked a little bit of controversy on the internet.
What?
Yeah, it's because to me that sounds like the typical PR response that they always give with fighting games. I don't know about anyone else. That's how that seems to me. Like every fighting game, it's always like, oh yeah, look how robust our roster is. Or, oh yeah, we welcome in new players, even though they may not. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I saw loads of people worrying about it because they were worrying Street Fighter V was going to be a lot more casual. And I'm like, I'm hoping Capcom's not stupid enough to fuck up the best fighting series. But it's Capcom.
Yeah, did you play EX plus Alpha? No, I'm just
Yeah, the EX series was horrible. But they got it back. With Street Fighter 4 was pretty awesome. It seemed like the hardcore fighters, and it seemed like Street Fighter back to being Street Fighter. I'm hoping this one isn't going to be like really fucking easy. Because that'll hurt the series overall. But I don't, you know what I mean? I don't think that that's stupid. I think this is more the political response.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I wonder if it's going to be guest characters like Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
And of course, 2 versions of Cole.
If you could have Pit and Dark Pit, I don't see why not.
Oh man.
Would that mean if they did it right with this crossover, could Kratos be the first person to be in Mortal Kombat and in Street Fighter and in another fighting series?
The Soul Calibur? Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh, I was thinking of All Stars.
Oh.
But he might have been in Soul Calibur.
Yeah, he was in the PSP one.
Oh, okay, I hadn't played that.
Yeah. You're
Nice.
not alone.
Nice, so he could be in all 3. Nice.
The universe would collapse upon itself. Although, admittedly, I would love to see him in like BlazBlue, however you want to call it, just to see like a sprite Kratos. That would look amazing.
There is a sprite Kratos in Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
I know
cool.
when they announced that, I was like, wait, what? Fight the God of War? You sure you mean don't fight that? I'm sure you don't mean fight as. And I look at the video and I see the little sprite like laying into the hero, jumping around, and shit. I'm like, that looks awesome. I don't know why.
Yeah, I looked at that. I was like, oh, that looks cool. And I was like, wait, but Battletoads. Oh no, I don't know what to do.
But yeah, that was my bit of news.
All right, so Pew, your second one.
Pew.
There's been an update to Super Smash Bros. Version 1.06. And now you can have your Mewtwo in there. Yay, Mewtwo. I'll eventually do that whenever, or never, whatever, I don't care.
Is he out or just like...
Yeah, you can get your codes and, pop them in there.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that whenever, I don't care. It's Mewtwo.
I don't give a shit.
He's the Pokemon Freezer.
If it was actually Mew and not Mewtwo, like Mew Ridge, then I'd care.
Well, to be fair, if it was original Mew, they're gonna have to make it so you have to take your 3DS to some sort of shitty little event.
Get a sticker on it though.
Yeah. Well, anyway. And also, you could take photos of your custom stage and share them on the official custom stage community. Also, you can do that. You know how phones can do the bump thing and they share all their information? There's like the similar thing with the 3DS for local people and share Smash Brothers shit.
Cool.
Yeah. And there have been 6 new 8-player stages, and by 6 new 8-player, it means they're same stages, but now they have 8-player.
Yeah.
So, Defino Plaza, Port Town area, Drive, and Woolly World, Orbital Gate Assault, Wii Fit Studio, Pilot Wings. And they said that adjustments have also been made to balance the game, but it does not go further into it, so that really makes me question what that was.
I didn't read much, but I heard something about they nerfed Diddy Kong.
I did not care for Diddy Kong, so...
Yeah, apparently people way back when were complaining about... I forget what all the stuff was, because I'm like, Diddy Kong. But they apparently... I didn't see any... specifics. I just saw that they were like, oh look, they nerfed / fixed Diddy Kong, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's normally an issue. It's like you guys said, who wants to play as Diddy Kong? When the second people find out he's a broken character, a load of people out there will suddenly want to play as Diddy Kong.
Yeah, I hate that. I'm usually the exact opposite. I'm like, oh, this character is cool, and then I find out that they're like super good or broken, and I'm like, and then I don't want to play as them anymore.
Same thing. I'm like, this character's too good, it feels like cheap, and I hate that. And then I feel like, I thought I was awesome, but it turns out I'm not. It's just the character is awesome, and it's like, teardrop.
I will admit, I'm like that unless it's for single player, because if it's for single player, it's the character I like.
Yeah, usually, but usually fighting
PlayStation
game.
All-Star, PlayStation All-Stars, Kratos was broken as fuck, in my opinion, because he had both really powerful range, really close up middle, really close up close, or really dangerous, or really brutal up close, and his finish was like easy to just kill people, and I'm like, okay, I did that for single player once, but yeah, I made as my favorite, and that's Sackboy. But I did like using Kratos now and again in single player just because it was like, yeah, look how powerful I am. But I wouldn't approve of doing that online because that's kind of, I hate that when it's like, oh, this character's broken, and you go to find an online match and the whole lobby is waiting.
Like yeah.
All of Kratos forever.
Yeah. It's like that J-Stars that I'm looking forward to. Apparently a load of characters that are broken. I'm not looking up which ones are broken because all I want to play as is Ichigo and Goku and Vegeta and Frieza and stuff. I don't care. I'm like, I don't care which one of them's the top tier, as people like to do. I don't care. I just want to play my game.
Yeah. That is true.
Especially for something like Smash Brothers, where part of the joy is the crossover element. It's like, okay, you want to take your Link and you want to beat everyone as Link to prove he's the best. No one wants to do that with Diddy Kong. Or there might be, don't get me wrong, there's probably some Diddy Kong fans out there somewhere in some asylum, but there's probably, but there's not as many as what people were playing as it has. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, true.
But I believe it's up to Rick for his final news.
Yep. So my second news,
Beyond the grave.
Also, it's one of the, I think it was the Monster Hunter event, but Capcom showed a trailer for a game releasing in Japan in 2016 called Monster Hunter Stories, which, as per the trailer, looks kind of cutesy. It's supposed to be like an actual RPG, not a punishing action game, which could be really interesting. And I told my friend about it, who's a huge Monster Hunter fan, and I was surprised he hadn't heard of it, just because, I don't know, I feel like magically he would know there's a disturbance in the Force. but I was like, yeah, it's got these cutesy graphics, so of course you use the Tigrex to do that, because he's not like a giant raping machine, but yeah, whatever. And it looks, and then also in the trailer, then there's like a little Rathalos, that's one of the wyverns you fight, but there's like a little one that they ride on, and apparently the characters are all riders. So you're like a cutesy person that then fights the monsters that rides on a smaller version of the monster. So I'm like, what? And it looks kind of neat. But as I've said to people, like, I can't decide if it's like the dumbest thing I've ever seen or one of the coolest. So it's like, I like to see like actual gameplay, because there's really not much. Like the trailer's the trailer. It doesn't really show any actual gameplay, and I don't know how close. I mean, I imagine the graphics will look kind of like that, just jaggier, because it's a 3DS title.
I believe all the trailer showed us was the main character and a sidekick.
Yeah.
Which means it should have multiplayer.
It should. Yeah, well, they mentioned multiple characters, so yeah, I'm not sure, and my friend was lamenting because it didn't look like you were going to be able to create your own characters or something like that, so we'll see. I don't know. But then, oh, sorry.
No, I was agreeing with you. I said, yeah.
Oh, okay. But as a side note, it's half related. It's like a bonus news thing I'm shoving in there because it's half related. But Capcom said that for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, that they shipped 1 million units across North America and Europe by last month. So, since its release on February 13th. So hopefully we'll get Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter 5 out here, because and outside of Japan, because hey, they're happy that they shipped 1 million units, and apparently in May they're gonna have a special free Nintendo 3DS theme. So
nice.
I'm gonna get that.
I will say, but looking at the trailer, like I said, I really liked what Monster Hunter Stories looked like. It's sort of like the Hyrule Warriors. If it's not a main game, it's more of a spin-off, but I liked how it looked. It looked like an actual anime, and I'm like, that looks awesome. And when he rides a little creature, I'm like, oh, it's riding Yoshi style.
Yeah, he totally.
I will name him Yoshi. Oh my god, I need to get over this cliff. Betrayal. And that's the origin of why he grew up to hate humans.
Well, my friend brought up a valid point. He's like, he's misusing that dragon. I'm like, yeah, he is. Because the one he's riding is known as the Lord of the Skies. He flies a lot, and he's running on him. He's like, what are you doing? Maybe he's like, you don't run it, you fly. And I was like, yeah.
Maybe with the size, because it was like a miniature version of the ones you normally fight. Maybe it was just a baby, so it hasn't got the ability to fly yet.
Maybe. That's kind of what I think the egg was, like if you saw the trailer at the end of it. I'm thinking that you basically steal the eggs and then raise them, kind of like you think of one of the stereotypes for like dragon training societies and stories where it's like, oh, you get like you get like a dragon mate, and it's like you pick one from birth and you're like linked or whatever. And I feel that they could do that with the story, so that's why the different characters have different mounts. It's like their
I'm hoping the egg was not a dragon. I'm hoping the egg starts to hatch, but then doesn't fully hatch, so he looks like Garfield's friend.
The oh man, the Cliff and Friends dude. I want to say
Yeah,
Wade, but I think that was the duck.
I can't remember who it was.
Sheldon, right?
It
'Cause
might
he
be,
was
yeah.
in a shell.
Yeah, it might have been, yeah, on Garfield and Friends, where I had the Garfield bits, which were cool when it cut to that bit, and there was just an egg with little feet and an eye hole. It was awesome. He was almost like Togepi.
Yeah.
I like
You're a
Togepi.
fan of eggs, I think. You like things that
Everyone
look
likes
like they
eggs.
haven't come out of an egg.
Everyone likes eggs.
All the eggs.
But no, like I said, I don't know why Monster Hunter stories look really cool. I don't know why. Just looking at it, I was like, oh my god, that looks like an anime. I would totally watch a whole series of this show.
As long as it's better than the Dragon Quest cartoon. Actually, that wasn't bad, but I don't remember much of it, so it could have been terrible. I don't know. That's really old. I apologize.
But I will say to you, Rick, this game will still not be the worst interpretation of a beloved series from Japan that you've ever seen because you saw Bomberman Act Zero. Keep that near
true,
to your heart,
yeah.
Rick.
That's it's one of those truths. It could always be worse. No, I don't think it'll be bad, but I want to see some gameplay to see like what kind of
Yeah.
game it is.
Now,
It's just
I mean,
weird
the
that
only-
like you think of how like Monster Hunter is, how like the monsters are not, they're not, you know, like the scariest thing, but they are definitely, you know, ferocious beasts. It'd be like, imagine a for lack of a better term, like kiddie version of Dark Souls. That'd be hilarious, but at the same time you could see a Dark Souls people be like, wait a minute, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, imagine if a company took, like, I don't know, a series of, I don't know, a comic book series where it involved the death of World War II and released it as a cutesy Disney cartoon. Hi, Big Hero 6.
Make it happen.
No, it did happen, Pew. Big Hero 6.
Well,
It's
make it happen
it-
again.
Big Hero 6, it looks really cool. I want to check that film out. But it is based on a Marvel comic where one of the characters got his powers because of all of the spirits of the deceased victims of World War II. That's shockingly, apparently, not in the film. And like one of the enemies who looked like really like cast, or one of the heroes who looked like a grotesque, like, you know, sort of like War Machine in the Iron Man movie. He looks sort of like that crossed with Shredder, and they turned him into a big white cutesy robot. I'm like, what they're going for with this? The fact they're not even calling it Marvel's Big Hero 6, it's just loose. It's like a Disney edition of it without the name. I'm actually okay with this, and I want to see it. Plus, I don't think there's many fans out there who'll be saying Big Hero 6 was the greatest comic of all time.
It's Marvel enough that it might or might not have a Stan Lee cameo, though.
It does have a Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah, it does. I didn't know if you knew that. I didn't want to spoil.
Oh, I'd seen someone mention, someone mentioned to me, and you know, because it's based on Marvel. I'm like, yeah, it has a Stan Lee cameo. I'm like, oh. They didn't tell me anything to do with it. They just told me, they just showed me like how they looked with the trailer, and they mentioned. I saw the trailer, and they mentioned to me, yeah, it had a Stan Lee cameo. And I was like, it shocks me that they didn't go with the World War II death story.
It does. I know.
That just writes itself. When you wish upon a Holocaust.
Topical. No, I don't know.
Yeah, topical. Somewhere Mel Gibson's listening in and thinking, that kid gets it. Boom, Mel Gibson joke. We haven't done that for a while. Or at all. It's almost as obscure as a reference to Meg Ryan's lips. They don't come up much.
It's true.
On the show, in real life, they've actually come up quite a lot.
Thank Yes. Now on to catch up, where we talk about up to 2 of the games that we played the previous week. So why don't you take us away first, Mole?
Woo! I played DrahonBall Xenoverse because today they released GT Pack 2. I hear Rick going, I've completed my training with Tien and Yamcha. Pan's now my master, which is weird. But I'm going through. I went through all the story mode. And I beat all the story, and I did all the PQs besides the last one. Because right when I went to do the last one, it was time for me to go get something to eat. I was like, I'm going to turn this off for a bit and go get something to eat, and I'll do that another time. But yay, the story mode! Woo! Oh my god! No wonder they raised the level cap.
Oh.
The last fight. Do you remember I mentioned Baby Vegito, or Baby, whichever one you want to call him, was really annoying in his golden great ape form?
Mm-hmm.
But now you fight him, and Super 17, and Omega Shinran all at once. Now you do have Super 17 Gogeta with you, but he does nothing. He literally was just there for me to allow them to beat him up while I'm attacking one of the other ones to kill him first. Because he even didn't make it to the end of the fight. He was knocked out when I killed Baby.
Wow.
And I was like, that's fine with me. I do like Pan as a master, though. Because she's almost parodying the actual master system in this.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, when you finished your first training with her, she's like, whoa, you just learned, what the hell was the move she gave me now? It was something like, we've got a problem, or something like that. She goes, whoa, you've learned, like, we've got a problem now, or something like that. And she's like, so this is how this training thing works. I just tell you to get stronger, and you'll learn my attacks. Cool, I can do that. What, you want to know how to learn attack? No, go use it in battle, I'm not going to tell you. Another time when you speak to her, she's like, you do know a master's supposed to, you do as a student supposed to listen to his master, right? You got that? Cool. What am I going to order you to do now? And it's like, what? She's kind of funny. I mean, I don't like GT as a whole, but like I've mentioned in the past, there's at least some good parts. And I will admit, Pam was probably the best character in GT. At least in my opinion, Pam was the best character, because Trunks was too much of a wuss, and Goku made fuck all sense when he'd go Super Saiyan 4, fail, then beat the person as base kid Goku. What the fuck is that with power level? That makes no fucking sense. But Pam was at least consistent. And I loved the fact in the cutscenes, Gil was there, or Guru, as I believe he was called in the American dub. Because we had the dub over here from Canada, I believe it was, that called it Gil. So I still refer to him as Gil for the longest time, but I think it's Guru over there. But he's there, he's like, no, Dragon Ball detected, Dragon Ball detected. And then the evil Shenrons come, he's like, no, Dragon Ball detected, as he runs the fuck off. I don't know, I just liked having him there, wish he was playable. He's been playable in a previous game, or not playable, but he was at least one of Pan's moves, so she'd pull him out, he'd fire a rocket.
He should be a master, and he should teach you a skill that it'll up your the chance of getting a Dragon Ball after a fight.
Yes. I should be able to replace my drum radar with him. So whenever I'm doing those missions where you have to collect Dragon Balls, I'll actually be hearing Dragon Ball detected, Dragon Ball detected.
There you go.
Because that wouldn't get annoying, but I would so do that. But the next game I played with Pew, and I believe Pew's, and I know Pew's played it more than me this week. Diablo III Ultimate Evil Edition.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, what makes my version the Ultimate Evil Edition is the fact that it doesn't fucking work.
It is Ultimate Evil, it's mocking him.
No, I got, the downloaded version, Rick.
Yes.
And I've deleted it, reinstalled it multiple times. I'm still having the same issue. I didn't have this on the disc one, but on the downloaded one, I'm having the issue whereby if I go to invite someone into my game, after I've gone to the load invite screen and I click, like, say, Pew's name, and it goes, invite Sam, and comes back to my menu, the animations are still working. She can join and she can see everything. I can't move my fucking, whatever you'd call it, cursor or whatever. I can't scroll through the options or do fuck all. I can't even exit out.
Okay.
It literally just ends my game, and I tried it in the game to invite her, and it didn't work. So what I'm having to do is turn it to friends only. and thank fuck most of my other friends that play Diablo now, because they would just jump into each other's games. It was kind of a thing. Glad they've moved on to like other games.
That's weird. And and when you reinstalled it, did you still have both files, the like English one and the other one or whatever?
Oh no, they recommended getting rid of the other one.
Okay.
Which I did, because the English one is not just English. Apparently, it's English, French, German, and all that. The other one's just Russian and Polish. That's why it's like half the size or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't really want to be loading up the game and just hearing, if he dies, he dies.
I wanted him to learn Russian to play Diablo. That'd be so funny.
Hey,
Barbarian
Diablo,
crash.
yeah. Hey, Diablo, I must break you. I don't know why that's amazing. But yeah, I really don't want to see it. I really don't want to see that. But it's a case of, I don't know why it seems to be on the downloaded one only. I didn't have the problem with the disc one. I'm not saying it's a fault with the game overall. I think it might be a fault with the store's downloaded one. I'm not entirely 100% sure. Because I looked online, I can't find anyone else having this issue.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that issue. That's weird.
But the game's working fine, and I was playing with Pew before. We went and did the sexy Spider Queen.
Okay.
Oh, she can put all 8 legs behind her neck. Good God. But yeah.
You mean the actual spider or the lady that's half spider, half person?
I meant the one that was called Spider Queen. I think she was an actual spider. The one who... Well, everyone going around, we're collecting books of this guy. He's like, my mistress has sent for me.
Okay, yeah.
And I mentioned to Pew, I feel this guy's an idiot. Because even though even though you know it's coming, but you could tell it the first time you played it. The second, it's like, my mistress has summoned me. He's in like a spider's there. I'm like, this dude's spider bait at this point, isn't he? Boom, you find him out of his stomach. Yep. How did that work out for you? It's like basically spider religion. It's like just one notch above Scientology.
Nice.
That just kills careers, but no, it's a case of, and I'm kidding with Scientology. If any Scientologists are listening, just pretend aliens made me do it. Cool. But yeah, basically, with the game, we went and did the transgender stuff you could do. I know it's called transgender. I forgot the word after it. Where you can change your clothes into other clothes.
Oh, transmogrify.
Thank you. Yeah, and I managed to. I got an outfit where it boosted all my stats, and it was like a fucking like Russian dictator's hat with like a fucking band uniform. I looked ridiculous. So I went to the when I found that, I was like, cool, and I swapped out every piece of my clothing to look cool.
Okay, you have a wizard, right?
I do.
Or have you looked at the they call it the source, but the thing that they hold in the left hand that like floats and there's like skull one and stuff. Did you look at some of the other ones you can turn it into? There's like my wife and I called it the Allspark. There's like a cube that'll like it looks like the Michael Bay one, and there's one that's like this orb that like has this thing rotating around it. There's some really cool ones. I was like, where are these from? I didn't get any of these drops.
Yeah, I like the skull that I have as my higher end wizard, but because I like that just because she's holding it like she's quoting Shakespeare.
Yeah.
That's all I can think when I'm seeing her with the skull. It's like, what the fuck? But I even changed. I didn't realize you could do this. I changed my blade to have the blade of a similar-ish dagger, but it's dripping with the red stuff that comes off.
Right.
I don't know if that actually gives it its effect or if that's just a cosmetic.
Yeah, it's just cosmetic.
It still looks cool because it's dripping.
Yeah, it does. I got this weapon that looked like it was a wand for the mage, and it looks like someone's spine. Nice. And so I went over just to get the skull for my source. So I was like, I have part of a person. I'm recycling.
You're recycling. But Pew?
I played Diablo this week, and I played it with Mo.
Diablo III Ultimate Evil Edition.
Yeah, and because there's no other edition for me. So yeah, I played that, and I didn't know, or at least I swear it didn't appear on my map until just today, the purple swirly thing, which is the transmogrifier,
Yeah,
which
but
I never had before that.
We have to unlock her, but yeah.
I guess I did that.
How? Because I didn't unlock her. I just went into the
weird.
game and she was there.
Because I never had her. I did
higher.
not have her yesterday, but now I have her today.
It might be.
Yeah,
might be she unlocks in one of the acts, and we got beyond that act, so it just counts.
Maybe.
I think you're supposed to unlock her in Act 5, or she'll be there in Adventure Mode. But if you didn't beat Act 5, I don't think you can do Adventure Mode yet.
Yeah.
I just started Act 3, so.
Did you play with anyone that had her?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
But yeah, and like I mentioned to Pew, and she said I think that was added for Reaper of Souls, which she didn't have on the PS3 because she only had Diablo 3.
Yeah.
Not the expansion pack. So that's one of the new features.
Yes.
I still don't know how rifts work, but I want to go into a rift.
Rifts are fun. I was mad though. Remember how I don't remember if it was when we were recording, but you mentioned the Last of Us stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that stuff.
Oh yeah, and I mentioned it was a rift.
Yeah, and then I mentioned to my wife like the next day or something. I was like, oh, I heard about where the Last of Us stuff is. She goes, what's that? I'm like, oh, the Sony game. They have like a realm of it. She goes, oh, is that where like the clickers are? And I just look at her. I'm like, I hate you. She's like, well, I did a rift and they had one. I was like, really? It was like one of the hour you played the game without me and you find the realm that I haven't seen yet.
See, when Richter says that, why am I just picturing him when his wife says, is that why the clickers are? Just doing that slap like the gif of Batman with Robin, boom, across the face. We totally need to play after XGR.
Yeah. And I got to level 40 on my Act 3 character. I don't think I've gotten farther than Act 3 before.
If Rick's available, of course.
Might be. We'll have to see.
We shall see. So that was super fun. And everything. So I customized my character to look all super badass. So I was like, oh, look at this awesome fool. But, yeah. So that was, like, super fun. I had to, on my water chick, got, my like clone chick is now like a water clone chick, and she does like the super mega wave attack.
Okay.
For a monk.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool.
You just said my water chick.
That's what I call her. She's like a water chick.
I noticed. Okay.
I mean, like, what do you call that? Chick made of water. I mean.
No, I know, but just when you said my water, I thought your class was water chick. I was like, what?
Oh, no.
My clone. I'm like, oh, okay, the monk ally. Gotcha.
Yeah, she's playing as
guitar. Yeah, and also I have this ring that gives me like little goblin allies. So now I have my water chick, and I have like these 4 little goblin dudes who run around for me. So I have like an army.
Oh wow!
I remember that I remember that from Captain Planet. Earth, wind, fire, water, heart, fetish, and nightmare fuel.
Nightmare fuel. There you go.
Yep, like I made the joke to people, let's just say the treasure goblin won't be the only one emptying his sack.
Ha! But yeah, so that was fun. I had 3 treasure goblins yesterday, although we didn't even see any, but they were super easy to defeat, so I increased the level to, what's after hard? Starts with like an M or something.
What's after hard? Climax?
Yeah. No, but like, yeah, that's the one. And then I leveled up, like, it was still like pretty, like, almost the same level of easiness, but I leveled up like so much faster. I was like, what the shit is this? It was just been like 5 minutes and I already had like 4 levels.
Nice. Which yeah, we did see 1 treasure goblin today. We didn't get much.
Yeah.
Because I got to do my dome to slow him down.
Which type was it? Just a normal treasure goblin?
I think he was just a normal one.
Okay.
I haven't seen any cool, fancy new ones.
We had We had one that wasn't a vault goblin drop the vault portal.
Nice. Maybe he stole it from the folk goblin.
He must have.
I still like to call them the Nabbids. From Super Mario Brothers Wii.
That was cool. I want to see a rainbow goblin. That would be sweet.
Again? Didn't we see
Yeah.
them like a couple months ago? Okay.
More. God damn it, more.
I want to see a goblin that drops bad stuff.
We already had that
Drops
today.
more people.
Just to balance it out, like he opens up a portal, and like cool, and you step through it, and you're just instantly near that ice guy from the end of the game. From the end of the game, it just keeps freezing you with no purpose other than the fact this goblin, he's put that in there as like theft protection.
There you
Troll
go.
goblin.
Yes, and make him
It's
the
picture.
and make it so it's on a random it's random goblins too, so people can't be like, oh, it's a black goblin, don't step into his portal, and that's not me being racist. I was just thinking black for like the shadow stuff we do in this game.
If it's a troll goblin, it has to have mole's face on it.
And Pew's hair.
What? No. My hair's amazing.
Said no one ever.
I did. I just said it right now.
Did you play another game this week?
Nope, that's it. Just Diablo. I played Painting Simulator, except it wasn't a simulator. I actually painted my porch.
Painting simulator. Okay.
It wasn't a real one, because I actually just painted my porch. Basically, I'm saying I didn't play another game because I was painting my porch. If that wasn't clear.
That was clear.
And Jim was painting your porch last night, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god, then I hung
up top.
myself. And then I hung myself, and that was it. A game over.
It's okay, just because you're going to get eaten by bears.
I did not see these bears she's talking about, but I hope to continue. I swear, if I see a bear, I'm calling out to work. I'd be like, I'll just take a picture of the fucking bear, email it to one of the people at work, and be like, this is why I'm not coming into work today.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard about that, Rick. Just it's slightly off topic, but it's slightly funny. Pew, not this part, not funny, but Pew's cat went missing.
Okay.
She has a little baby cat. She went and ran to her neighbor to find out, and her neighbor almost responded like I do as a joke on Skype. Ironically, I was more humane when she answered it to me because I didn't make jokes about the missing cat until she found it and stuff. But
Right.
she goes up to her neighbor and goes, "Yeah, my cat's missing." The neighbor goes, "Oh, okay. We'll keep an eye out. Oh, by the way, did you know there's bears out? So yeah, the bear might have ate it. Your cat might be mangled and twisted by a bear by now."
Wow.
I'm like,
Did
who the
actually
fuck?
say that.
Who the
She
fuck?
says if it's outside, it's probably eaten by a bear by now. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Because she's like, we have bears here in the summer, so yeah, just watch out for bears. And I'm like,
And then her sad husband walked from behind her and goes, well, at least one of us was eating pussy tonight.
she doesn't have a husband.
That's why.
Yeah. He was eaten by a bear.
I guess so.
Now, question for you, Pew. Was it just a bear, or was it also like half bear, half man pig?
I have not seen the bears, but I've heard she said she left trash at her porch, and there was a big mess at her porch. So I imagine that a bear was going through the trash and ripped it apart or whatever.
The bear, he just threw it all around, almost like the wind.
She said that she saw a bear on the porch going through her garbage and ripped it apart and
Going through her garbage. Is any credit card statement?
well, I mean, if you had some kind of organic garbage, and you could put it on your porch to take out to the garbage can later, I can imagine it would want that then,
Fair enough.
because you could smell it.
Identity theft bear. Is that in the Care Bear?
Yeah.
I'm identity theft bear.
Yeah. You just see him in the background, hitting another Care Bear, dragging him into the bushes, then leave him with his heart on his chest. Or his logo.
Also, I've been heard to not leave any kind of garbage, any organic garbage outside, and to put it directly in the garbage can and don't leave it out because the bears will knock it down.
When they're driving through it in their cars with baseball bats, going in and attacking people's bits.
It's Spicy fucking bear. I'm not going to work. I'm not gonna risk it.
Note to self: find out where Pew lives, buy bear costumes so she gets fired. Cool.
I already told them, and they said it's fine. They said they had to get a picture of the bear, though.
Yeah, that'll be Pew. She steps outside and there's me. It's a bear, and she's like, "That has to be Mole or someone, right?" I mean,
No, I'll fucking take a picture of the costume and send it in. I get the day off.
Why the fuck would you have picked Winnie the Pooh? You said a bear. Not that one. Yeah, look at me, I'm just a bear. Do that cartoon thing where I walk backwards and just have to feel behind me as an actual bear. But over to Daddy Cool.
All
the
right.
Papa who is a Rolling Stone.
Ha!
So for this week, first game I played, I actually streamed a little bit of it too, which is interesting. But I played Omega Quintet. Oh.
I missed it. I've wanted to see one of your streams, damn it.
Nah, I'm not super interesting. But it's I got a review code for it, and there's no embargo, so I was like, oh, cool. So I streamed a little bit of it. But so far, it's actually pretty funny. It's the plot is ridiculous because it's the map style is similar to the Neptunia games. It's the same makers. The battles are different, but basically it's like a post-apocalyptic world where monsters can only be killed by like idol singers. I don't know. It's silly, but it's funny. And in the start of it,
it's Pokemon meets SingStar.
Not exactly.
Ah,
Not like Pokemon type monsters, though.
I was hoping you got to get this, like a monster appears and there's Victor with his headset. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. And then, like, the lyrics just fly and hit the monster.
No, not quite. But the first character you meet, like, during the tutorial is, like, an older lady that was been doing the pop idol savior of the world thing, and she's like 30-something, and it's just kind of funny because she doesn't look it, but then it's like, oh, you've been saving the world for like tens of years, and she's like, no, not tens of years, 10 years. Like, stop making it worse. And I don't know. There's just some funny parts.
Are they meant to be parodies? You know, like
I
with Neptunia, like Neptunia was video game consoles.
Yeah.
I hit Santa's sleigh.
That is my cat just running around like all over the place, and she's got like a little bell on her, so.
Ah, cool. So at least you'll hear the bear coming.
But she's like just
crunch.
she's fucking insane, running all around.
Yeah, but no, I will make a joke with that in a sec, but I was going to say, basically, with the fact it was parodies of video games, and you mentioning how she looks younger, and she looks younger than she is, and she doesn't want people to know about her age, and she saved the world, I was like, is that meant to be a Madonna parody? I couldn't, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't sure if it would have to go that far.
I don't think so.
And the joke I was going to make is, when the bear eats your cat, when it's wearing that, it gives a new meaning to Taco Bell. Thank you.
No, I think it's not necessarily a parody in and of itself. I think it's more just silly that it's like not necessarily poking fun at idol games, but just the fact that it's like, oh, only idols can save the world or something. But
and to be fair, with the amount of singers there may be more generic ones like older singers that saved the world. There's a kind of a bigger thing besides just Madonna, so it might be types with that one.
Yeah. Kiss Save Santa. But yeah, but it was pretty cool what little I played. I've played like hour and a half or something so far. Hopefully play more soon. But the other game I played was finally got to play some more Toukiden Kiwami, which is the not exactly sequel to Toukiden, but the one that's like it's all the original stuff plus the extra, like basically the expanded version or the Extreme Legends for Dynasty Warriors, considering it's the same people.
Toukiden
But that's
1.5. Remix
Yeah, pretty
edition.
much. Pretty much. No remix about it, but yeah, pretty much it'd be 1.5. But it's like the Dynasty Warriors version of Monster Hunter, where you fight like the big monsters and you can cut off their arms and stuff, and then they just get phantom limbs. But has the 3 new weapon types, which I haven't tried yet. They have a rifle, a giant club, and a naginata, as opposed to just the spear. So it's like, oh, 2 spears? Okay.
Might be the worst thing, but when you say it's like Dynasty Warriors but Monster Hunter,
hmm
based on the new Monster Hunter game we just discussed in the news, I'm imagining me with my arm cannon riding my fucking bear to take out monsters.
We don't ride on monsters yet. Maybe Toukiden Kiwami stories. I don't know, but
Stories Empire Edition, I'll buy it.
there you go. But no, that game's cool. I really did like the original, because it's a much more forgiving and more action-y Monster Hunter. Like, it doesn't really feel clunky. Where I still like Monster Hunter, but like a lot of the attacks, they have more weight to them, so you kind of have to. You can't just run in there and start like hacking it. And although in this one in Toukiden I picked the dual knives because they're super fast and you can like launch to be in the air and like air combo stuff. So it's pretty fun. And they added like a team super attack, which is cool. The only problem is it's the same activation buttons as your super attack, and it will, if you have the team, it does the team one first, which I don't like.
Is that like the one in Orochi Warriors? When all three were next to each other and you pressed it.
Yeah.
It was like, raw.
Yeah, you get that. It's that same like lightning chain, so you know you're gonna do it.
Nice.
But but they do. I think they do different attacks. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm only like the camera follows my character and she like does like an uppercut with the sword, so I don't see what the other people do. But it's on. I have the PS4 version. It's also on Vita. And granted, it's a bit late in this part of the game, but the original Toukiden was patched when this came out, so you can transfer your save file from the original on the Vita to the PS4, which is awesome. That's what I was waiting for. And there is a demo of it too, so if anyone's curious to try it, I would definitely recommend doing it. The demo is way too big, but it installed quickly, so I don't know if it's actually that big. But it allows you to play the first chapter, like the first full chapter out of like 10 or whatever it is. But and you can do some of the later battles where it gives you fixed armor, and that save file can transfer directly over to the full game if you choose to purchase it. But anyone that's kind of interested in either action games or Monster Hunter, just try the demo. I would definitely recommend it. It's cool.
Hey, that sounds cool. I may have to look for that demo to see if it's on our store.
It should be. I know I know this is like, yelling at a brick wall, but I was like, hey, Marcus, I was like, dude, they have a demo you could play. Because, like, even the demo, I believe, you can play multiplayer. So I told him, I was like, hey, you could play this free demo, and I know you didn't fully get Monster Hunter, but, like, this is on PS4, that system you like. And, of course, he probably forgot or didn't see it or, he Marcused it or whatever. But
and this is the part he's tuned into.
Yeah. Nah, he won't remember that, though. Yeah. Could be, actually. But anyway.
No, right now it says no viewer. Right now it says 0 viewers in the bottom right-hand corner.
Does actually have a thing? I never noticed that.
Yeah, if you're the host, at the bottom it says links, 0 viewers, and the title and stuff. I don't pay attention to it all the time, but when I thought then, wait, is he? I looked down. That would have been hilarious.
That would be funny. Maybe he was there and then he left.
Yeah.
But
he punked it.
Thanks. Okay, so on to our discussion topic of things that should be games. I don't know why I made that sound more dramatic, but yeah. So
it should be things and not games.
The order? Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know who wants to,
I will say the one
first. Okay.
I will say the one I mentioned to you guys before we recorded. I mentioned this in my video over on the Gaming Zone. I've mentioned it in the past on XGR multiple times. How the fuck is there not a Tron MMO? It's literally a film where you enter a virtual world and do combats and stuff. Literally, it's like, how the fuck do you not do that as an MMO? It makes zero sense. It's like they looked at it and go, you know, I don't think this works as an MMO. I just want to be in that room and go just slap them.
And I don't think works your fucking brain.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do today, Disney people, is according to Disney, they're doing a new Tron film. So what type of thing should we do for Tron? And so I put his hand up. I've got an idea. Yeah? What if we release Tron figures, yeah, for Disney Infinity with no level, and that will be our tie-in. Great work, everyone! And as they clap and go home.
Yeah.
Just see me
Sure
sat
did
there
at the
thinking,
office.
wait, what? I had my hand raised. Sorry, we've already taken the idea. What? At least that's my one anyway.
Yeah,
It should be a thing.
it should. I know you mentioned this before we were recording, but sometimes there's like a really big movie, and this is probably for the best, but like Avengers or even like Batman Begins. I think that one had a game, but like the Dark Knight Rises, like some of those, you're kind of like, oh, where's the movie tie-in game? And then you find there isn't one, and it's like probably good, but at the same time, as a gamer, you're kind of like, how is there no game of this? That's supposed to be the thing. Like,
I would
it's like
make,
confusing.
I would make the case Batman may have done it right.
Mm-hmm.
If they did Batman Begins, apparently it was shit. I don't know, but apparently it was, according to Marcus, it was shit. But then when Dark Knight came out and it's Joker, boom, Arkham Asylum. And Arkham City and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, it's clearly released at the right time to go alongside this movie.
Yeah.
But you're not concentrating on making it a movie, you're just making it a good game. That would work. Like, I would totally have loved it if they'd done that with Avengers.
Yeah.
Or Guardians of the Galaxy instead of just Disney Infinity playsets. And before people say they count, no, they don't, because you can buy Disney Infinity 2.0 with Meredith and Stitch, and you get toy box stuff, and you never have to touch the Avenger levels.
Yeah.
They're almost optional.
Yeah, Guardians is another good one. I saw that movie and I was like, dude, I want to play this as a game. It's like, why is there no game?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if I want to buy it. And then I looked into the Disney Infinity level, and apparently it's really short. And I'm like, oh, I wanted to go buy it.
Something that I want as a game. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's because movie tie-in games don't sell very well, they say. And then I tune in and I see an advert for Fast and the Furious, the game, and Duck Dynasty, the game, and Rambo, the video game. I'm like, no! You're doing this wrong! Rambo, I'll give you, could have made an excellent game. You fucked that up. But what the fuck with the others?
Yeah, that goes on the other side of that one. What were you going to say?
So I know it's past its prime now, and there's no reason to do it at all, but it would have been super cool at the time, is that I wanted a game to go through the story as like an iRobot, being like a first-person, like half shooter, like half detective. Like, that would have been really fucking cool. I mean, like, every time I see him running through or doing, like, the driving shit or shooting all the robots or, like, any of his action scenes at all, I wanted to do that in a form of video game. Like, that'd be so fucking cool. Like, if I'm running through a freaking house that wants to be destroyed, that'd be fucking awesome for a level. Going up, like, shooting robots while clawing down, like, the giant, like, super, like, computer core, shooting people, that'd be fucking awesome. Shooting freaking people when you're in a car, like, as, like, all these robots from other cars come at you, like, that'd be fucking awesome. Yeah. All these things would make, like, really cool video game levels.
Yeah. It may be bad, but you know when you described that with iRobot, in my head I was just picturing, and I know Richter might have pictured at least a little bit. I was picturing, do you remember whenever we got a cool movie like iRobot during the era of SNES, and it was always the side-scrolling shoot-'em-up?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Terminator v Robocop, the side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. Rambo, the side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. It's like, what the fuck?
I think that'd be super fucking awesome. Why wasn't that a thing?
That should have been a thing.
Yeah.
It's like I just saw a new Bleach game has been announced on iOS.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute, Bleach, Naruto, and Dragon Ball Z, whether or not you like them or whether or not you hate them, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to put all three together and say they're the three biggest names in anime-ish. Besides maybe Pokemon, but we can't really count that as games. But it basically, like, those three are really the big three.
I was kind of hoping you said it wouldn't count as an anime because it's kind of gone off the deep end and we're waving it goodbye.
To be fair, the fact it's gone off the deep end sort of makes it anime. But yeah, it's the fact, basically, with the three ones I mentioned, they're all really big they're all really big series. Fans still love them. Fans now still talk about Bleach and stuff. We had Soul Resurrection, which was a pretty good game. I know Richter played that one. It's like Dynasty Warriors, which going through all the hollows. How come they're not making a series of this game like they have with Naruto and Dragon Ball Z and One Piece and stuff? Why hasn't this had a series of games? Because whether or not everyone here would play it or whether or not everyone listening would play it, there's still a huge market there that people would have. Like, hell, I recently just bought the Wii game of Bleach because I've caught up to where the series was up to when the Wii game came out.
Yeah.
It's not a great game, but I'm still having fun with it because it's a Bleach game, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, yay! Raw, Zamimaru! I'm doing the attack. I don't have to even say that, but I'm still doing them. But how is that not a series? You know what I mean? Like, Dragon Ball Z, as much as I like it, has had, over the last few years, the Budokai series in the last couple of generations. Budokai, the Budokai Tenkaichi, arguably Burst Limit, where I could count that under the Budokai ones, and the Ultimate Tenkaichi type, Raging Blast Ultimate Tenkaichi series, which they're kind of the same two series. But Battle of Z and Xenoverse. Bleach has had a series of DS games, one Soul Resurrection, and an iOS game. Something doesn't quite seem to add up there to me. But that might just be me.
I just getting into the series and it's been around for like ever, and like yeah, I would totally play that.
Yeah, like I'd love a game like that done sort of like the Xenoverse one, so I could make my own Soul Reaper. Or Shinigami if you want to go with the non-dub name, but fuck it, I like Soul Reaper. They sound cool.
Yeah. Yeah. This I was thinking of this when she said iRobot, but like, how was there no like good Men in Black game? Like, I know there was that. The only one I can remember is that like crappy light gun shooter one.
There was a shitty one on the PC.
Is that the one that was on? Is that the one that was on PS3 that I bought? No, that was like you were walking around shooting too. But
okay.
There was a light one on PS1 and stuff too. But yeah, but it's not been a good one.
Yeah, like it's one of those properties where you're like, how do you mess this up? Like Rambo, there should be more than, I don't know if there's a good Rambo game, but how is there not a good Rambo game? Like, and also, I'll just lump this in there too. Like G.I. Joe, the one on Nintendo was like okay, but how do we not have a good G.I. Joe game? The whole point is your soldiers shooting things. Like, even if it was cheesy with like lasers, it would still like you don't have to do much and it would be good.
Yeah, the Rambo one is an example of really just, in my opinion, just dropping the ball. Because, I think there was a Rambo game on SNES and Game Boy that's with like side-scrolling and shoot 'em ups. They were kind of fun. But, made years after the film, just like they did with Ghostbusters, and you'll notice this one's not on the list as something they fucked up.
Nope.
And what did they do? They took it and they made like the most generic, shittiest shooting thing they could have done. This is the game. This is the series Rambo, in my opinion, that sparked shitloads of action films after. Yes, there was other action films before it, but let's face it, the two big ones: Die Hard, Rambo.
Mm-hmm.
And even Die Hard had a good series game, the Die Hard trilogy on PS1. I'm sorry, I love that series. I love that. I like
it was totally unrelated, but it was out here. It was called Die Hard Arcade. Nothing to do with Die Hard, but it just had the name on it. I like that one, which is like a 3D brawler.
Nice. Yeah, it's like I was watching a cartoon the other day on Netflix called Digimon Fusion. Maybe people have heard of it. And I went onto the PS3 to see if they made a game of this cartoon, Digimon. And I'm looking it up, and there was one, but it's sort of like Smash Bros. Shouldn't it be sort of like Pokemon? And I'm just taking the piss with that one. That one is just a joke one. I hope no one out there ever says that. Why isn't there a game based on this anime? It's Digimon Fusion. Because I'd be like, there should be. It should be Digimon World.
Yeah, I think the DS ones, not World, but Digimon. It was like Dusk and Digimon. I don't remember the first one, but those were a lot more like Pokemon, and those ones are cool.
Yeah. And some series out there which are really popular as well, I think could get a game. Like, I'm sorry, it's whether or not people like them or not, but CW shows, like My Vampire Diaries, or Arrow, or Flash, how is there not games of these? And I know some people will be thinking, well, how can you really take the Vampire Diaries and make it into a game? You do it Telltale style, so everyone gets their ship choice and stuff like that, what the choice is. Because that would be amazing.
Yeah.
How has there not been a Hunger Games game? It's got game in the title.
It's true.
I would buy a Hunger Games game. I'm imagining it being like a MOBA or a battle arena game where you go in and just kill, or maybe a Call of Duty but just with bows and arrows and traps. It'd be amazing.
That would be cool.
The Tomb Raider, the reboot-ish game. Didn't she have like bow and arrow? I think you had regular guns. I don't remember, but I remember you could get a bow and arrow and you could set traps and stuff in the multiplayer.
Yeah, and she did have a bow and arrow in the main one to pull it back and go boom into like the ear and stuff, which was fun.
I think there was an iOS Hunger Games game.
I still love the Hunger Games game. That's a reason in itself to make it. Just put on the box. Hunger Games, the game.
Yeah. What should be based off the movie, so it could say Hunger Games, the book, the movie, the game. And I'd want to buy it just, like, because they'd have a stupid title.
They should totally get the government involved with this. And, like, basically, if your country performs well, they lower taxes. So your family can eat. I'm kidding. That's going too far, but I do want a Hunger Games game. Yeah, another shitty tie-in, Rick, based on stupid titles as well. How weird was Street Fighter the movie, the game?
I loved that title.
The title was amazing. The game was shit. It's like, why is this a thing? And how did they fuck it up? They have an engine in place.
That's one of the best examples of bungled anything. It's like, all right, we have this movie based off a game. We're going to make a game based off. Oh, so it's going to be the game? No. We're going to use the people from the movie. Oh, okay. Wait, how did you mess this up? It's based off a game. Yeah. You could have copied everything and just put the graphics on. Nah.
Yeah.
No. Like, how do you make a poor man's Mortal Kombat? That shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
Just graphic-wise, because they've had to digitize actors.
Yeah, but it's like, you take the game's engine, and even if the film was shit, if you put those models on, I probably would have bought it if the game was good.
Yeah.
But no, the game was shit, and it's like,
yeah.
You have an engine. It's like if EA suddenly announced they're making a game based on the Need for Speed movie, and it doesn't use the Need for Speed engine. It's like, how have you messed this up? Or Peter Jackson's Halo, if that ever gets made.
See, now imagine you have an engine and it's an amazing, one of those race car engines, but then you put it in a golf cart. That's kind of how I imagine, this works. The two things don't go together, and it fails amazingly.
Yeah, it's like, take Mario the movie. It was horrible. But if they'd made a Super Mario Brothers the movie, the game, Nintendo would have had. I think Nintendo would have been intelligent enough to just use the Nintendo engine they have in place called the Super Mario engine. It doesn't make any sense.
Sure, it's not called the Super Luigi engine.
Yeah, it's like I can excuse some stuff, like as much as the game's apparently bad, and that's fair enough. I can excuse, say, Sonic Boom, because the TV show is based upon the game, but the world featured, you know what I mean? The world's meant to be completely different, so it's more like a spin-off title, and the way it works is completely ass different. Fair enough. Just like, let's say they were to make, let's say like some animes based on games, if they were to do a movie based on that, or sort of make, say, a game based on those, it's going to be different because of how the anime works. Fair enough. I can excuse some of them, but some of them you're just like, how did you fuck this up? Like, the Sonic one I can understand because each character is a main character and each one's different in the show, fair enough. It's not about the same thing. But Street Fighter is literally about fighting. It's in the title. Fucking do the right engine.
Yeah.
You know, I would
They should do that game, but then they fight on an elevator.
Yeah.
It's like, haha, elevator fighting.
Fighting vipers.
Well, you know what game I absolutely would have laughed at if they'd made it? Coming to whichever Game one was out at the time, like N64 or GameCube or something. Imagine Mortal Kombat, Defenders of the Realm, the game.
You know, with all these video game movies, it's only a matter of time till we get Minecraft the movie.
So it's literally, well, to be fair, I'm Telltale doing that, but basically it's a case of with the with the way they're doing it with the Defenders of the Realm. If they did a game based on Defenders of the Realm, it'd be Mortal Kombat without the gore, without the violence, and all cartoony. I don't know why. Part of me would have bought that.
I actually, thinking about the Street Fighter one, I want Mortal Kombat the movie, the game, and they use sprites. Because just like, you know, Street Fighter used sprites, and then the movie had the digitized people. It'd be funny if Mortal Kombat went the other way. Started with digitized people, and then went to sprites. Even just to take the piss out of it, that would have been amazing.
That would have been amazing. Like, even if it's a DLC pack or something.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's like, just to go back on topic of how is this not a game, I keep asking this every year, especially with last year. How is Saban and Namco Bandai, or Bandai Namco, whichever the fuck one they go with, how the hell did they not make a Power Rangers game for a main system? I mean main as in not handheld. Because, I'm sorry, last season, Super Mega Force involves powers from every fucking season. And involves all the old ones coming back at you. That literally writes itself. How you can even do Legendary Ranger DLC packs. That writes itself.
Because they hate money.
Yeah, like seriously? Yeah, like not like, I mean, do it, like just copy Dynasty Warriors. But like, they've worked with Koei for like the Dynasty Warriors Gundam one. If they did the same treatment with Power Rangers, that'd be an awesome game. And
it would make so much sense. Super Mega Force.
Yeah, and especially with Super Mega Force, where they had the old Rangers and stuff. Oh man, I probably couldn't resist it. I'd be like, yeah, I'd totally buy that.
Yeah, and
someone would be like, why do you always pick the green guy? I'd be like, quiet. There's no other Ranger.
Exactly. But yeah, you got to respect Trip. That's not the green one. No, but it's a case of
he can tell the future, I think, or I'm mixing them up.
Yeah, I think he can with his gem in his head and the green.
Yeah,
and
I'm just surprised I knew which one that was.
I liked him, but yeah, it's like with Power Rangers. I own still somewhere on. I own the one I'm sending to you, the Game Boy game, I think. But I also own on PS1. Lightspeed, Time Force, and I think no, I don't think they did Wild Force, but they kept doing like Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed, Time Force, and they kept doing all these like yearly games of Power Rangers. They even did it with Samurai and Super Samurai, which wasn't good with the Samurai game on Wii, but how didn't you do it on PS3 or not even necessarily PS4? You could have done it on PS3.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But do any of you have any other examples of ones you think should be fixed? Or ones they dropped the ball on, like Matrix Online?
Yeah, Matrix is one. It's like, how? What? They had. Well, I don't remember the actual order, but like as far as I understood it, Path of Neo was the one that people wanted to play, and I thought it came out last, but I could be getting that wrong. I know that. I don't remember what it was called. Enter the Matrix was the first one. I know that much, and people were like, I want to play as Neo, and then that one came out, and like I don't think as many people cared, but people that played it were like, actually, this one's good. This is what I wanted like 2 years ago.
It was. That one was pretty good, but and then they did Matrix Online, which writes itself.
Should have, yeah. That should have been one of those ones that just happens on its own. If you let it happen, it'll be right.
Yeah, it's like what? That'd be like WWE making Crush Hour games and stuff, and they'd be okay. But when they actually did a wrestling game, you're like, well, this isn't good. Oh man, yeah, there's been loads. I mean, it says it all when I think, sadly, you know who makes the best tie-in games?
Who?
Lego.
That's probably true.
Except for the Lego Movie. I argue they dropped the ball rapidly on that game. That game had a horrible hub layout, horrible combat engine compared to the previous Marvel and there's Batman ones. And yeah, not every character needed it, but you could be Batman and stuff in it.
Yeah.
How did they make it feel like it was a huge step back to all their other games? And it was based on Lego Movie. It's like, what the fuck? But you know what needs a movie?
What?
Paperboy.
Directed by Uwe Boll.
So, and I'm sorry, Pew. We'll also include Paperboy 2 mixed in with it, so there's a female one for you.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Paperboy 64, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, I was like, what?
Yeah. Michael Bay's Paperboy. Imagine the CGI shots of those newspapers like swirling and going through the window in like a gas chamber, the house explodes.
Actually, if you want slow-mo, get Zack Snyder or whatever. Slow-mo paper.
The Matrix people. The Wachowski brothers or siblings they are now.
There you go.
Paper time.
If it's going to be accurate, it has to have people holding glass constantly throughout the whole roads and sewers opening up, which I imagine the Ninja Turtles are in.
Yeah, which that's something that amused me slightly, as we've discussed in the past. The Matrix came out. That was actually really good. The Matrix 1 was pretty damn good. I loved that film. Great concept, great use of CGI, just great characters and stuff. It was pretty well done. How many fucking things before the second Matrix came out had bullet time? That almost made the Matrix 2 when it came out using bullet time look generic.
Didn't that happen to Max Payne? Where like it had something really similar, but then like so many games put it in there when the second Max Payne came out, people were just like, "Oh, I've seen this before," and you're like, "Yes, because the first Max Payne did it." It looked like it was copying when it wasn't.
Yeah, Max Payne was one of those ones. I wasn't sure if I did it because of the Matrix, because I got Max Payne after the Matrix 1 came out, and it was like, whoa, it's like the Matrix slowing down and shooting people. But when so many games did it, like, and a load of them that did it didn't need it.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? And where's my 9/11, the video game?
Well.
With ISIS DLC.
That would, oh dude, there was actually, you have the closest thing. There's a European game, I want to say it was called Day of Crisis, where it was like a Wii game where it was like a third person like action brawler or whatever, and that was like the plot was like terrorists that were like former Marines like took over the U.S.
Oh
and
yeah,
it should have come out in the U.S. but it didn't.
yeah. I think I saw that, and that looked
Yeah, and I was like,
cool.
I want to play that. That sounds cool.
Games I don't think are cool are stuff like, and I was just joking with the 9/11 one in case anyone
Yes,
out
yeah.
there listening to us was actually thinking I was being serious. Because there was a game, what was it, like Sniper or something, or something like that, World's Most Dead Wanted or something, where you could actually kill Bin Laden with a sniper rifle and all the people on the most wanted list. And I'm like, this has to be in poor taste.
Yeah.
I understand people want them killed. I'm not saying they shouldn't be killed. They should be. It shouldn't be a video game.
Yeah, I could see that.
No. Or if it is, it should be enough time after the event that
Yeah.
it doesn't seem distasteful, like any time they use Hitler in any shooter nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, the person should already be caught and dead or something afterwards, like not if they're still at large.
Yeah, or even if they're dead, it should be after. It should be a while after they're dead.
Yeah, not like right afterwards. Like, okay, sign the funeral, let's do this.
Yeah. It's the funeral. Hold axe to mourn. Or triangle, or whichever button it was.
I think I don't know. I remember seeing Hold X, but yeah.
Yeah.
Someone did that. Someone like posted something and someone's like respect, and the next person posts Hold X.
But it's like some like we said, films are coming out. Like Avengers should have had a game
Mhm.
easily. I was surprised there wasn't some sort of Superman game for Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And I think superhero games should go the route of Batman and do them based on the superheroes from the comics and not really trying to adapt the movies so they can just make good games.
Yeah. I think a lot of properties should do that.
Yeah, I don't think it should have been like, I can't believe I'm going to mention this, Avengers, what the hell it was called on Wii U, which I bought.
Battle for Earth?
That's the one. It was a port of the 360 camera one. And I've played it on 360 and I've played it on Wii U, and yes, it was slightly easier on Wii U because it was reading the lines better. But still, who wants that as a fighting game for the Avengers where, right as you go to attack, you have to do rock, paper, scissors lines to win? Who wants that? Whoever thought of that concept?
I don't know. Yeah, there's some concepts where they okay it, and you're like, what? Like, when Marvel took back its license, and it's like, sorry, no more Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or 2 or anything, and people are like, oh, it's like, we have a new one, and it looks just absolutely horrid and just generic, and you're like, oh. Like, even if you didn't like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it was light years better than that.
Yep. And it's like, what? With some of these, it's just weird. Like, Amazing Spider-Man is still getting games, or still had games when it came out. That makes sense. Spider-Man, as a video game, makes sense. The games weren't the best, but they weren't the worst. How did they not do this with a load of the other ones? Or hell, as much as I don't like the film, how the fuck wasn't there a Frozen game?
Yeah.
Considering I like to milk the shit out of that pile of crap.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's like, oh, well, see, Frozen's more about the music and experience, fair enough, do a singing game. That writes itself. You're literally just repackaging the film and making people pay $40, $60 for a game where they put in it. It's just literally the film with all the story crown. It's just songs that you karaoke. It doesn't matter. It's just something.
Yeah.
It's like, how did they drop the ball with Wreck-It Ralph?
Yep. They could have done like anything else and it would have been better.
Yeah, and it's even funnier because what's Wreck-It... literally, we've discussed this with Disney Infinity, but what's Wreck-It Ralph's premise, Rick?
He goes into different games.
Okay.
He goes turbo.
Yeah, he goes to different locations and stuff. So why, in the Wreck-It Ralph game on Wii, was it always the same looking environment he was in? That's like the opposite.
See, I could see for him, for Wreck-It Ralph as a property, I could see that getting a mobile game that's based off the game that he's in, because that's a simplistic enough game, and it's level based in small levels. I could see that in a bite-sized chunk where you could make like a cheap go game from that, but
yeah, I was imagining
didn't even do that.
Yeah, I could see it as like sort of like Star Wars Connect or Mario Party and stuff like that,
yeah.
where it's like a collection of games released.
Yeah.
Where they're not each one's going to be good, but it's going to be better than the generic side-scrolling beat 'em up. And this is on Wii. This is years after the SNES saga, where we already got tired of generic beat 'em up cash-ins.
Yeah.
It's like, how was The Expendables a game that was just a downloaded title that was shit? It's literally all your action cliches and one-liners that people have loved for years in one movie. That writes itself. Just make it like a Call of Duty style story mode, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I was amazed that it was that this is funny too. The first Expendables video game was the Expendables 2 because it was a tie-in in the movie, and it just was weird. It's like, how was there not a first game? Seems like that should have just been a game automatically.
Yeah. And I'm like, how did they?
Yeah.
I'm like, how did they drop the ball with stuff like that? Like you said.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it should have had a game. Where was the first one? Or how about when you go onto the PlayStation Store and you realise that Real Steel, the thing about fighting boxing robots destroying each other in the ring, was a PSN download game? How? And I would argue with the fact that whenever we did the fighting on the outside and during the film, at least in the parts I saw, like Hugh Jackman's always doing the actions and stuff to make his robot fight. That's your Kinect fighting game.
Yeah.
That right there is literally the Kinect thing of putting when it'll follow your actions. It's perfect. Nah, it wasn't released as a download. It's like, why the fuck did they try to make Watchmen just a generic beat-em-up game?
Yeah.
Literally, the beat-em-up aspects of Watchmen is the least important part. That's like saying, I don't know, oh, in the movie Predator, yeah? Do you remember they were all, in the movie Predators, yeah? Do you remember they were all sat around a campfire at the beginning telling each other ghost stories? Yeah? Okay, we've released Predators, the video game. And it's a collection of scary Telltale-style games about the ghost stories they tell. What? Why? It's like, how the fuck did Mighty Ducks not get a game?
Just based off what you just said, how did Predator not get a? Like, I don't remember I remember there's like Aliens vs Predator. Did they ever have a Predator? Oh yeah, they had Concrete Jungle,
which was awesome.
Was it awesome?
It was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome.
It seems like that should have been a bigger thing. Like, it seems like, well, especially nowadays, right? With like Detective Vision and stuff. How is a Predator game not just falling out of the sky? Like third-person action, that kind of like alternate vision and like trying to track stuff. What? How is it not just coalesced out of the universe? And the universe is like, oh, sorry, here, we forgot this.
Yeah, because literally take Batman Arkham City or Asylum or whatever and Assassin's Creed style stuff when they do that, and literally just put Predator over the main character. It's a Predator game.
Yeah.
Like you said, that does write itself. Oh, why? I don't get it. How about you, Pew? Is there any more you could think of?
Not really.
Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough. There is one I thought of.
Mm-hmm.
But this game isn't one that should be. This is just one I'd really, really love. And it's slightly off topic, but I'll just throw it out there for you, Rick. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the game that was on PCs called The Movies?
Yes.
Imagine how much money they would make with the same exact engine, just with improved graphics, if they were to release that on, say, PS4, Xbox One, PC, and it was called the Marvel Cinematic Studios. And you could literally make movies with Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Tony Stark, would obviously be the separate character to Iron Man and all this, and you could literally make your own Marvel Cinematic stories and share them online. How fucking awesome would that be? That'd be amazing, especially because I know a load of comic nerds out there, like myself and stuff, who would spend hours just trying to make this accurate and faithful, or at least a good story.
Yeah.
Which means, yeah, okay, you're going to get loads of, haha, I'm gay, Hulk smash type stories. Sure. But you're going to get loads of cool stories as well about, like, okay, this is what happens if, say, like, Iron Man goes against Hulk, and it's going to be building all up to a big fight and stuff, and it's like, that's cool. Yes, we've seen that multiple times, but still, that's just something that would just be cool.
Are you trying to make fan fiction the movie?
To be fair, that's what the movies was. You literally took actors, did each scene yourself, and put in like backgrounds, costumes, and stuff, and you made it into a film, and it rendered it as a film.
Okay, so Phoenix Wright and Edgy on the desk, but they're not practicing law, or if they are, they're doing it with their penises.
Nice. But yeah, because I don't know about you, but I think that'd be just fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I'd probably buy the shit out of that game. And as well as that, think about stuff like Twitch, where you get to stream stuff to do with games, and this would be a game. How amazing would it be if you could go onto Twitch like once a week and watch people's episodes of their Avengers show?
That'd be pretty cool.
It kind of writes itself, but that's more of the creative stuff I want to see instead of things that need to be.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised there isn't more, especially like on consoles. With having a hard drive and stuff standard, I'm surprised that we're not getting more stuff like this is a bad example, but I just love saying it, like Marky Mark Make My Video or whatever. Like, why did those come out in like the PS1 and 2 era when it took up like an entire memory card to save that stuff, and now we have hard drives and the ability to like actually put music on there. And I realize there's a copyright thing, but if you're not sharing it, then there's no copyright thing. You're just doing it yourself. Like, I'm surprised there isn't more of that kind of stuff now that we have consoles that could take advantage of that.
Because when it was difficult, only the dedicated people actually did it, but now that it's easy, no one gives a shit.
Yeah, it's like I found there's a game on PS3 where you can make your own music and stuff like that, and it looks very much like, do you remember the MTV music game?
Yeah, music video generator.
Yeah, I love that game. Yeah. It looks exactly like that. It's now released for like £6 as a PSN download or something on PS3, and it's completely buried underneath all the other games. I'm like, huh? But this was fun. It's like, I remember all the way back on Amiga, like I mentioned to you the other week, Hanna-Barbera Cartoon Studio. You could flick through and make your own cartoon. How are these not things? We need more, because Minecraft became huge. And I think one thing developers didn't realize is they took the worst aspect of Minecraft and made it the thing that all of them were doing. And I don't mean Minecraft was shit, I'm not saying that. Minecraft was great because it put gameplay over graphics, and it was all about creativity and what you can make. Like, I spent ages just making my giant church with my hilarious stained glass windows. But how the hell did people then look at that and go, okay, you know why people like this game? Why is that? It's indie. So then suddenly all the games, like, there was games coming out where it was like basically like Pit Jumper with Minecraft graphics, or Pitfall.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I love the blocky graphics. No.
No, we love the creativity.
Yeah.
It's like, I love the Lego games. How has there only been like a Lego creator games, like my Lego theme park and stuff, on PC all the way back when Lego wasn't as big as it is now? Don't get me wrong, Lego's always been huge. But right now, there's a thing where, like, Lego the movie, people love it. People would have loved to have built like a Lego Sim City or something like that.
Yeah.
Creativity in games I think a lot of people love that. Like myself, I love creativity in games. Like hell, like I was discussing at the beginning, and Pew spoke to me the other day when I took, how long was it? Like an hour and a half to go through every single story mode that was in my universe to decide which one was the most accurate to the feud I had in mind in my head to make that feud happen in my universe mode.
Just hold a sec. How about the fucking years you took to make your face? What actually looks like your fucking face? When you showed me it, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, my face does look like my face. Just like my chair looks like my chair. No, I'm kidding. She means in the game, my face looks like my face. It's just weird high speak. But no, I spent ages making my face in the game. I need to go through with Richter sometime this week or so to do what I wanted to with SharePlay. So you can make Big Show with your stuff. I want to see it created, Rick. But yeah, I spent I spent so fucking long going into so many details with, okay, this guy's going to go onto this brand because I have plans to push him here, but I don't really want him on this show because this show's storyline is going to be about this and that get in the way. And I spent ages going into my universe mode. I realize not everyone's like this, but I spent so long with my universe mode creating it and doing stuff to the point I just rebooted my universe to set everyone back and put things right. However, when I'm continuing it, and it's like the 2015 version of my universe or whatever, I'm still remembering past feuds. So like one of the feuds I gave myself with Brock Lesnar was called, what the hell was it now? It was something like Rival Returns or something like that, to get revenge on someone who beat him previously. And in my other version, before I rebooted it, I had beat Brock Lesnar for the title like way back when, and then I put him on the retirement shelf for a while and hadn't used him. I added him as my rival in the Superstar editor, and I used that storyline. So me and him had the thing of him coming out to challenge me once more. I get so anal with creativity in games, but I think we need more of it.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, I was so tempted to buy an Xbox One. I'm still a little tempted. I can't decide yet if for 3DS it would be 100% the best purchase, or if I want to get a free an Xbox One, because they have dropped in the UK to like £300. I'm not sure if anyone saw that.
No, I didn't.
Apparently they've dropped in the UK to £300, not because Microsoft wants to drop their prices because they're failing or whatever, before some people would say that. Apparently a load of stores over here did that because the PS4 has outsold Xbox One so much, they want to narrow the gap, if that makes sense. Which makes sense for retailers, because let's face it, if you narrow the gap between PS4 and Xbox One, then every game that comes out that's not exclusive, you're doubling your money. Because if there's like an Xbox One, like I don't know, Halo comes out on Xbox or Uncharted on PS4, the people who buy Uncharted and Halo, if they have both systems, they're probably going to buy both of those games.
Yeah.
I think that's a stroke of genius. But I think we talked about this topic enough.
I think so. I agree.
Next week we have a list.
Yay!
Because next week we're doing 3 games each, which we want to see done. Skylanders, Disney Infinity, Lego Dimensions, Amiibos, shitty TV Power Ranger standalone game that didn't come out in a console style. Was I not meant to include that one? No, I'm kidding.
Nah, that's legit.
That was a legit one. It looked shit. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I did.
That was horrible. How was that not an actual game? But we're going to do 3 of them, Skylanders, Disney Infinity, and Lego Dimensions, one that we want to see. So that'll be pretty fun. So basically then based on properties we think would be cool.
Yep. So, all right. Hopefully join us next week for that then. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us, and hope to see you next week. Thank you very much, and goodbye.